Welcome to another episode of Hard Revelation Confessions. Today's topic is going to be about making jewelry with cursed hands. As I walk the street, I see many people that is selling jewelry. They sell jewelry in malls, in flea markets, and also on social media. Some of these people who sell jewelry, they're not like us. They are foreign people. They are people from different races and different ethnic backgrounds. You have to be very careful what you put on your body. Some people out here, they wear a lot of stones on their bodies. Some people wear stones for healing and also for attraction. But you really don't need those stones because only thing you need is confidence and believing in yourself. It's just like if you are looking for attraction, right? If you sitting at home, how do you think to meet anybody? In order to meet somebody and find love, you must go out there and find it and make yourself known. It's just like if you go and you're trying to fill out a job application, right? You have to fit the qualifications and you have to go in there for an interview and you have to present yourself the right way to get the job. Because without believing in yourself and having faith in yourself, faith is dead. So you have to make an effort in bettering your life. And especially if you feel that your life is at rock bottom. But even if your life is at rock bottom, you can't just sit and feel sorry for yourself. You have to just pray, pray. Get to know God and have a relationship with God so God can guide you, so God can help you through whatever you're going through, so God can show you the light. And you can't put your faith in talismans, jewelry, rings, because even though these people who sell you these things, they might promise you good fortune with these things, but where do these people get these things from? What kind of sacrifice that they made so they can inspire you that these things have these different kinds of powers and abilities. Some of these people make these jewelry and different kinds of items, especially spiritual items, with cursed hands. Because before you buy these items, You must do research. Some people believe anything these spiritualists tell them, and when they get these different kinds of items, they become ill. Their situation become worse. Just like me, I make spiritual jewelry. When I make spiritual jewelry, I put my heart, I put my soul inside my jewelry. And also, my jewelry is not for evil. My jewelry is not to hurt people. My jewelry is for to protect myself and bring me good fortune. Because around me, there's a whole bunch of people that is praying for my downfall, that is envy, that is jealous of me. So I have to talk to my ancestors. I have to get to know God. The reason why I'm here today is because making good decisions, hearing the voice of God. And people be like, you think you better than everybody. The reason why I'm standing is because I hear the voice of God. God, He shows me who's my friends. He shows me who's not my friends. Just like on Facebook, I have a lot of friends, but out of all them people on Facebook who is my friend, I only have at least 5 friends out of 100 friends. Because some of the people on Facebook, they don't support you. Even if they don't support you, you have to keep on going because you have a dream, you have a vision. You have to keep on going. And just like me, I don't wear a lot of stones because the different kind of attributes them stones have, we already have within inside of us. See, we have the power of the spoken tongue to manifest what kind of life we want. We don't have to stay bondage into depression. You know, we have the power within inside of us because we was created by God. And also, as you sleep at night, pay attention to your dreams because your dreams can be the key and a solution to help you out of your trials and tribulations. God, He speaks to us through many kinds of ways. He speaks to us through dreams, through people, through different kinds of situations. Have you ever went to God, right? And you prayed, you be like, hey, I need a job, right? And when you pray and you say you need a job, right? God, He won't give you the answer if you sit at home, if you're not doing nothing, right? But when you go outside, you walk around, you see many signs all around you saying that they are hiring in different places. When you see that, that means God has heard you and them are opportunities. God will give you your desires of your heart. But in order to get your desires of your heart, you must walk in obedience. You must have faith. You must take risks. That's what you must do. And also, I'm a creator of many different things. God has gave me many different talents to help the world and to uplift people. God has blessed me with wisdom. God has blessed me with creativity. And I don't use my creativity for bad. I don't use my influence to influence people the wrong way. I use that influence to encourage them. And also too, you got these kids coming up and they are our new generation. And they say that the children is our future. The children is our future. When the young children come to us, elders, we have to listen to them. We have to inspire them because some of these kids, they don't really feel inspired because they don't have nobody to listen to them. They don't have nobody to encourage them without judging them. And the reason why I started making my jewelry because I got tired of people wearing the same thing. So me, I'm about style, I'm about swag, I'm about looking good. So, I was just inspired, to make my own jewelry, you know, have my own creativity so I can stand out. When I started making my jewelry, I saw many people, you know, liking my jewelry. I saw many people trying to touch my jewelry. You have to be careful when you let people touch your jewelry because some of these people, they got unclean spirits. Before I got into the truth, I was lost, I was dumb, and I was ignorant because I didn't know myself. I didn't know God. So I was blinded. I was just stuck in this world. I was in this low frequency energy. It's like back then, I got a lot of money, right? I had a good job. But even though I had a lot of money, I wasn't happy. I was not happy. God, He loved everybody. Everybody in His world have a purpose. See, I am a pure-hearted individual. But even though I was a pure-hearted individual, I still got overtaken by sin. So I had this good job, right? And eventually I lost this job, right? And when I lost this job, it was sort of hard to get a, another job. So I was at home for about a year. And when I was home about a year, I used to pray. I used to pray to God. This is before I got baptized. I used to pray to God, right? And God gave me a chance to get baptized and to get born again. In order for God to get to you, you have to lose everything. And the reason why you have to lose everything to get to God, because we are under so many distractions of this world. You know what I'm saying? When we under distractions, you know, common sense mean nothing. Intuition is out the door. So we just living life, getting into chaos, giving into mischief, you know what I'm saying? And I want to thank God for coming to get me through my worst times in my life. And I remember in that dark period of my life, I was lost. I was trying to find myself. I was growing up. I was becoming a man. So, when you grow up and you become a man, right, you know, reality starts to sink in. You know, you start having questions about your life, you know, where you where you destined to be, where you destined to go in your life. So I remember that I used to call psychic hotlines. I used to go to these different kinds of psychic tarot places that used to be on the block where I lived at. So I remember one time I went to this fortune teller, right? And I was saying, what's going on with my life? How come I'm having bad luck? How come, I can't get no girlfriend, right? And I am a very attractive man. And, what I'm saying, I can have any girl I want to. But at that time, I wasn't applying myself. And, the lady, she told me what was going on with me, right? So when she told me what was going on with me, right, she told me the step how I can make my life better, right? So she put some oil on over me, right? And she said that I would be blessed, right? So after I left the shop, a couple weeks and stuff, right? You know, me being ignorant, me don't know God at that time, I believed her because, you know, she was my salvation, you know, because everything she told me was 100% true. But then again, right, one thing about psychics, they move by familiar spirits, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about the psychics, like, they they dwell on the past, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they dwell on the past, you know, they make you believe it because that is where you came from. But even though if they know the past, don't matter what kind of situation you've been through, don't matter if it's bad, don't matter if it's good, right? Only you can change your future. Only you can make your future good. You know, leave the past alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave the past alone. Even though the devil know your past, The devil don't know your future. So after I left the shop, right, all kind of bad stuff happened to me. The lady, she lied to me, and she'd be like, you're gonna be blessed. You're gonna get this and this and this, right? You know, you have to be careful with some of these spiritualists, right? Some of these spiritualists is greedy. They're about deceiving people. If you ignorant out of here, they can take advantage of you. They can extort money out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a low confidence. You know, once you start believing in yourself and saying I can be anything, I can accomplish anything, you don't need you don't need them. You don't need none of them. You know what I'm saying? But it is, some spiritualists out of here that is not greedy, that is not about the money. They really want to help people. They really want to help the community. But you can tell the difference between a good spiritualist and a bad spiritualist, right? Just because you might go to a spiritualist with a lot of money doesn't mean money is always on their mind. Because before they work with you, they must go to the divine spirits and see what kind of guidance that they can help you with before they can help you. Sometimes they can help you and sometimes they can't help you. You know, some of these people out here, they're really cursed. You can't help them. You just can't help them because it's just like if somebody murdered a lot of people, right? And they might go to a spiritualist, they'll be like, hey, can you help me, you know, beat the case, right? Sometimes after the spiritualist goes to the divine spirits, they'll say like, no, you know, you can't help this man because this man have so much bad karma on him. And if you connect yourself with that kind of person, their karma, they'll probably become your problems. So you have to be careful, who you affiliate yourself with because you can't help everybody. You just can't help everybody. In order for people to get over that stumbling block over their lives, they must go to God. They must repent. They must get born again by water and spirit.